Alright, this is Windsock 2.0. This is the one that I had made, and it decreased the noise by about half, and that was okay. And if all you've got is some kind of cloth to put over the ends of the phone, that's going to be somewhat helpful. But if you can improve it by getting some other type of material like fake fur, then that's something you can try. Okay, so it's time to improve this. I'm going to put down some paper to protect the table here. Okay, so we don't need these now. I ordered this from Amazon. It says it's for the Rode Pro Plus. I'll put the link down in the description. Just for a shotgun mic. See, it's quite large. Let's take a look at the inside. I'm like a polyester, maybe a nylon material. And it has elastic. Now, I don't need this elastic. I don't need the shape of this, so I can cut it into any shape I want. For the purpose of getting it straight, what I'll try to do is follow the pattern on this material. And we don't need very much. I'm going to cover the ends on here completely in case wind was entering the side, affecting the microphone. And I know it still could come in the edge here, so I'll make sure the material gets glued up here. Be very careful with whatever you use. Okay, just as I expected, this stuff's going to come off in big piles. Okay, now I'm going to cut another one. I've got a razor blade here. I'm going to see how well it will cut. It was actually much easier. Of course, you got to be careful. Now we'll go across. It'll be a lot safer to lay it on a piece of wood. I've cleared this away. What I'm going to show you now, kitchen cutting board. I'm going to try to size this material, trim off the extra here, lay it along the edge here. I'll just cover over it end to end. And right here, trim off the edge. Let's see how it sizes up to the end. I can wrap it around. I'll glue it to the edge here, and that will wrap around like this. Trim this other one to the same size. I can use this to measure it. Right there. I have Gorilla Glue that I'm going to try. Not sure how well it'll stick to this, but based on this other glue that I've got on here for a few months, so should work okay. It's pretty slippery, so I'm going to give this a sand down. If you have anything laying around, you can prepare the surface by doing a light scratch with maybe sandpaper. You could also use a file. You could also use a brick. Now this has to be cleaned before gluing it. To put the glue on, I'm going to be using toothpicks to smear across the edge. Once this is glued on the edge, I'm going to use rubber bands to hold it on while it dries, using some cardboard paper towel roll to help press against it. All right, I need a place to put some glue. If you need a little more working time with this stuff, I suggest you don't moisten it down with water like the instructions say. Once you get it all on here, wipe off the extra. This stuff expands a lot. Okay, now I'm going to move this out of the way. Press that down on there. Now I need a way to hold this, so I'm going to use rubber bands. Looks like maybe 2 will be enough. If I put too many on here, it's just going to fold the case, so I don't want to do that. When this is dry, this will be ready for me to work on the other side. I think I can safely handle this. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, that looks good. But I call that good. I'm going to have to trim it to clear the lens. So let's start work on this side. Now to wipe off the extra. Let's give this some time to set up. Okay, it's been an hour, and let's take a look. Way down in there. Okay, this end has the camera, so I'm going to trim off some here. Brush it down and make sure that it will clear the camera. I want y'all to know that I have something else that anybody can get, and that is a wired microphone, Windsock. Of course, this material would be better over that. I'm very familiar with these. I've used them for years, and I don't like them because it is not really a stereo setup. I prefer the dynamic range stereo microphone. I think it sounds much better, and I do not want to do a microphone that's not that way. Recording from one microphone going to two channels, left and right. I just don't think it sounds as nice. Choice is yours. If you have a phone with dual microphones, that's an added bonus.